in this session, we are going to learn how to install SonarQube on Ubuntu 22.04 LTS. And here we are going to install the latest version of SonarQube. So the latest version of SonarQube is 9.9. So let's start. So first of all, here I mentioned some prerequisites. So first of all, we need to Ubuntu 22.04 LTS with minimum 2 GB RAM and 1 CPU. Then PostgreSQL with version 9.3 or higher. Then SSH access with sudo privileges. And the last is we need a firewall port with 9000. Okay, so that's the some prerequisites. After that, now we need to run this command. So first of all, let's start. So now we are going to install SonarQube on Ubuntu. So the version is 9.9. So let's start with these commands. Then now the next command is here. Okay. Now the third one. And then last. Okay, that's it. Now let's clear the screen first. Okay. Now the next is here. To increase this file, so we need to open this file using our favorite editor, and we need to add this line into this file. So let's open. So I'm going to open this file here, and here I'm going to paste this 2 lines. So let's insert. Okay, now let's save the file and exit. Okay, now it's done. Now the next is, first of all, we need to update our system package. So how to update? So as you know the command sudo apt-get update to update our system package. Okay, so it's done. So let's clear the screen first. Now after that, we need to install this unzip package, right? So we need to install this wget and unzip package. So how to install? So the command is here, sudo apt-get install wget unzip -y. So okay, let's clear the screen. And now the next is, now let's install OpenJDK. So here we need to install OpenJDK, right? So here we are going to use SonarQube 9.9, right? So that's the latest version of SonarQube. So to install SonarQube 9.9, we need to install OpenJDK 17, right? So here we are going to install this OpenJDK 17. So let's install. So as you can see here, it's installing OpenJDK 17 on Ubuntu 22.04 LTS. So it takes few seconds. So wait for few seconds. Okay, it's almost done. Okay, it's done. Now let's clear the screen first and let's check the Java version. So how to check? Enter Java-version. So as you can see, our OpenJDK version is 17, right? Okay, now let's clear the screen first. And now the next step is here. Set default JDK. If you have multiple versions of Java, then you need to run this command and set the JDK version that you want. Okay. Next is here. Install and set up PostgreSQL, right? So here firstly we need to add and download the PostgreSQL repository. So let's install and download Postgre repo. So I'm going to install using this command. Okay. After that, next command is here. Okay, it's done. Now let's install PostgreSQL using this command sudo apt-get -y install PostgreSQL. So as you can see, it's installing. Okay, it's done. So let's clear the screen. And now let's start our PostgreSQL. Now let's enable. And now let's check the status of our PostgreSQL. So as you can see, it's active, right? Okay. Now let's clear the screen first. Okay. Now the next step is here. Change the password for the default PostgreSQL user, right? So we need to set the password. So the command is sudo password postgres. So enter a password. So I'm going to enter, retype for confirmation. Okay, password updated successfully. Now we need to switch to our PostgreSQL. How to switch? So the command is su-postgres. So enter your password. Okay, as you can see, we have successfully switched to PostgreSQL. Okay, now let's clear the screen. And now here, after that, we need to create a new user. So our username is Sonar. So let's create new user. Okay, after that, here switch to the PostgreSQL shell. So how to switch? So the command is here psql to switch to PostgreSQL. Okay, so now we are in PostgreSQL shell, and here we need to set a password for the newly created user for SonarQube database. So right, so our user is Sonar and the password also Sonar, right? If you want to change the password, then you can replace here. So I'm going to set my password Sonar. You can see role, right? Okay. Now, after that, create a new database for PostgreSQL. So my database name is SonarQube, right? Okay. So I'm going to create new database using this command. Okay, database create. Okay. Now the next is grant all privilege to Sonar user on SonarQube database. So for that we need to enter this command to grant all privilege. Okay, grant, you can see the command. Okay. Now we need to exit from PSQL. So how to exit? So the command is like that. After that, we need to exit from PostgreSQL. Now we are in Ubuntu, right? You can see we are in Ubuntu user. Okay, now let's clear the screen. And now the next is here, how to install SonarQube, right? So now we are going to install SonarQube on Ubuntu, right? So first of all, we need to inside our TMP directory. So let's go to the TMP directory here. If I run the ls command here, as of now we have these files, right? So now we are going to install SonarQube 9.9, right? Okay, so you can see the version 9.9. This is the latest version of SonarQube, right? If you want to check, then you can go to the official page of SonarQube here. Let's go to here and let's check the version. Sorry, here. Here, download for free. If I go see here, as you can see, the latest version is version 9.9 LTS, right? Released February 2023. So that's the latest version of SonarQube that we are going to install, right? So let's install. So let's download SonarQube 9.9 using this wget command, right? Okay. Now, if I run the ls command, so you can see we have successfully downloaded this zip file here, right? Okay, now we need to unzip this file. So how to unzip? So the command is here. Here, unzip the achieve setup in this directory, right? So here we are going to unzip this SonarQube 9.9, right? So after that, -d and then /opt. That means -d means directory, and we are going to unzip this folder in /opt directory, right? So that's why the command is like this. So let's unzip this file. Okay, it's done. Now firstly let's clear the screen, and if I run the ls command, so you can see there is only zip file, right? So then go to the /opt directory, and here if I run the ls command, you can see our unzip file. Okay, now the next is we need to move this extracted file, that means this unzip file, into this directory in /opt. We need to create a folder SonarQube, right? So here the command is like this. We need to move this extracted file into this SonarQube folder, right? So the command is like this. Now if I run the ls command, you can see there is a folder SonarQube. So let's inside in SonarQube folder, and after that if I run the ls command, you can see the files of this SonarQube. Okay, now let's clear the screen first. Now the next step is configure SonarQube on Ubuntu 22.04 LTS. So first of all, we need to create group and user, right? Okay. So let's create group. So first of all, let's think. Let's clear the screen. Now let's create a new group, Sonar. And after that, as you know, after creating group, we need to give the permissions, right? So for that, let's run these two commands for directory access. Then next is here. Okay, now it's done. Now the next step is we need to open this SonarQube configuration file right here. So I'm going to use my favorite editor, Nano, and here we need to uncomment these two lines, sonar.jdbc username, after that sonar.jdbc password. So here we need to enter our Sonar user and Sonar password. If you remember, our username is Sonar and our password also Sonar, right? And after that, here we need to add this line here. So I'm going to copy this line and add here. Okay. Now let's save the file and exit. Okay. Now after that, now the next step is here. We need to edit this Sonar script file and set this run as user. So let's open our sonar.sh file using this command. And here we need to set the run as user Sonar, right? Our user is Sonar, so that's why we need to set this line here. So I'm going to enter here. Let's save the file and exit. Okay, it's done. Now it's done. Now start SonarQube and we need to follow these steps. Okay, so first of all, we need to switch to our Sonar user. So let's switch, as you know how to switch, sudo su and your user. So you can see we are in Sonar. So I'm going to enter bash. As you can see, we are in Sonar, right? Okay. And here, after that, I'm going to move the script directory. Okay. And after that, here, let's start our SonarQube using this command dot sonar.sh start. So as you can see, starting SonarQube, started SonarQube, right? So let's check the status of our SonarQube. How to check? So the command is like that, sonar.sh status. So as you can see, SonarQube is running, right? That means we have successfully installed SonarQube 9.9. Okay. Now I'm going to stop my SonarQube. How to stop? So the command is like that. Stop. As you can see, gracefully stopping SonarQube. Wait for SonarQube to exit. So wait for a few seconds. So as you can see here, we have successfully stopped our SonarQube, right? If you want to check the status, so let's run the status command. So you can see now SonarQube is not running. Why? Because we have successfully stopped our SonarQube. You can see, right? Okay. Now let's clear the screen first. And now after that, Here, as you can see, we need to create a systemd service file, right? So for that, let's exit first. Okay, now we are in Ubuntu user, right? Okay, so let's clear the screen first. So first of all, we need to create systemd file, right? You can see here, create a systemd service file for SonarQube to run as system startup. So let's run this command. And here in this, we need to add these below lines. So let's add. Now let's save the file and exit. Okay. Now after that, we need to start our Sonar, right? So let's run this command. Now we are going to start Sonar using systemd file. So first of all, let's start. Then let's enable our Sonar. Okay, now let's check the status. So as you can see, it's active running. If you want to check again, then you can check again. You can see it's active running, right? Here, that means we have successfully installed SonarQube 9.9 on Ubuntu 22.04 LTS, right? So here we have checked status using systemd file, right? Okay. Now the next is access SonarQube. So let's access SonarQube in our browser. So how to access? So first of all, you need to copy your instance IP, and then after that, our port number is SonarQube port number is 9000. That means 9000. So as you can see, it's loading. So you can see login to SonarQube. So first of all, the default username is admin and the default password also admin. Click on login. So first of all, we need to set our password for security. So enter your old password. Old password is admin and set a new password. Password must be long. Click on update. Never. So as you can see, this is the SonarQube dashboard. You can see SonarQube here, right? Okay. And here you can see the admin, right? Our account, login, and administrator, and so on. So that's the SonarQube dashboard. So here we have successfully installed SonarQube 9.9, the latest version of SonarQube on Ubuntu 22.04 LTS. So thank you for watching.